Request for recusal of Employment Judge Fowle. Dear Tribunal, I write further to my application for the recusal of Employment Judge Fowle and to renew my request that future hearings be conducted remotely. As set out in my earlier correspondence, I was initially granted permission by Employment Judge Reed to attend remotely. This decision was reversed the following day by Judge Fowle without reasons or justification. This reversal has prevented me from fully participating in my case, despite my clear entitlement to do so under Rule 46 of the Employment Tribunal Rules of Procedure 2013 and the Presidential Guidance on Remote Hearings April 2020 updated. Reversal of remote attendance permission and unequal treatment. Judge Fowle overturned Judge Reed's order allowing me to attend remotely without reasons. This undermines both consistency and fairness, given that remote hearings are now a recognised and established means of ensuring access to justice. Despite my repeated requests to attend the most recent hearing remotely, Judge Fowle neither authorised this nor provided me with the necessary details to join electronically. I was therefore forced to choose between absence or risk my safety. By contrast, the respondent was permitted to attend remotely without difficulty. This inconsistent treatment is incompatible with the overriding objective in Rule 2 of the Employment Tribunal Rules of Procedure 2013, which requires the tribunal to ensure parties are on an equal footing and that proceedings are dealt with fairly and justly. Further, Rule 46 expressly gives the tribunal discretion to permit attendance by electronic communication. That discretion must be exercised consistently and in accordance with fairness, not in a manner that privileges one party over the other. In a previous tribunal case involving the respondent's director, Mr. Peter Shakeshaft, a claimant who had relocated to Sweden was permitted to attend remotely. My situation is comparable, and yet I have been denied the same accommodation. Disclosure of address information. Despite my explicit and repeated objections, the tribunal disclosed a previous residential address to the respondent. Even if this was not my current location, it was still confidential personal data irrelevant to the proceedings. Its disclosure exposes me to unnecessary risk of intimidation and harassment, particularly given the respondent's history of retaliatory conduct and their apparent obsession with my whereabouts. This disclosure breached my right to privacy under Article 8 ECHR and was contrary to Rule 50 of the Employment Tribunal Rules of Procedure 2013, which requires the tribunal to safeguard confidential information where necessary. It also undermines my confidence that my current location will remain protected. Apparent bias and prejudicial language. Judge Fowle has repeatedly used language that suggests bias. For example, references to me running the gauntlet of the police minimize the seriousness of my claims, mischaracterize me as an aggressor, and appear to align the tribunal with the respondent's narrative. Such language is inconsistent with the Guide to Judicial Conduct, which requires judges to avoid actual or perceived bias. It also undermines my right under Article 6(1) ECHR to a fair hearing before an impartial tribunal. I have now made 5 or 6 formal applications for Judge Fowle's recusal, none of which have been given meaningful consideration. This persistence is not an attempt to choose my judge, but to ensure impartial adjudication free from bias. Tribunal's jurisdiction and police matters. Judge Fowle has repeatedly strayed into matters concerning police warrants and criminal allegations. It is not the role of the Employment Tribunal to influence or advise on unrelated criminal proceedings. The Tribunal's jurisdiction is strictly limited to employment matters, as confirmed in R. Edwards v. Environment Agency 2006, EWHC 1698, Admin. Any suggestion that my case should be determined based on unrelated police issues is procedurally improper. Conclusion. For the reasons above, I respectfully submit that Judge Fowle's continued involvement in this case gives rise to a reasonable perception of bias and undermines both the fairness and integrity of these proceedings. I therefore formally renew my request that Employment Judge Fowle recuse himself from any further involvement in this case, and the Tribunal confirm that I may participate in all future hearings remotely, consistent with my right under Rule 46, Rule 50, and the overriding objective of the Employment Tribunal Rules of Procedure 2013. Yours faithfully, me.